I'm basically going back and forth between Black Series and Power Rangers right now. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not. So, while grocery shopping for my mother the other day at a Walmart near her house, which is not one that I frequent at all, I found something that I didn't think I was going to be able to get. I figured I would have to, like, pay out the ass or wait for a re-release, but apparently this is still an original release that just barely made it back on the shelves. And it is Pink Ranger Kimothy. Has anyone ever named their kid Kimothy? So yeah, Lightning Collection, that, and of course you guys should know that I'm building up my MMPR Lightning collections, and she was in the first wave. We're like at wave 7 now or something like that. So she was with Lord Zed, Magna Defender, and I think the Gold Ranger from whatever that series is. Ninja Steel? I don't remember. I honestly don't care. So of course we've looked at Ranger Slayer, which is alternate version of Kimothy. And I'm going to point something out. This one has silver on the Blade Blaster, where everybody else has white. Something different. So it looks pretty good. Just in packaging, a little bit of paint mishap. Nothing I can't be concerned with. Also, first female figure other than Ranger Slayer, but Ranger Slayer is a different mold. The only thing that sucks about the Lightning collection is they give you no descriptions or anything like that. That's one thing I always criticize for them. There is, ages 4+. That's me. I'm in the middle of that. And we got the corner of the Ranger there, and decent art on the back. It looks like the exact same arrow effect that came with Ranger Slayer, but of course that came out after this. So, but she has the proper power bow. I mean, realistically, what I'm just trying to work towards is building my own power blaster. So let's get her open here. By the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, this is like straight Hasbro lately. I mean, Hasbro's kind of cornered the market on all the stuff I buy. You know, Transformers, Star Wars, Power Rangers. Not Naruto or Batman, so there's that, I guess. And technically, if I get more of the Dragon Stars line, which hopefully I will soon, there's that. Oh, she's actually still like pinned in place. That's cool. Oh, look, her effect actually is a different color. That's pretty cool. Actually, it's a nice looking mold, and I like that I believe they changed the helmet a little bit for Ranger Slayer. Usually, it's like a far more pulled back thing, and I think she's also got she has bigger ridges back at the back of the wings and stuff like that. She has a single arrow. Oh, yep. The bow totally has clips for that, for holding on to things. Head sculpt is for Amy Jo Johnson. It's not bad. Looks really weird, but it's not bad. So, and the white paint on her belt is so thin, it looks pink. Great. You guys want to look at it up close? I bet you do. Alright, so we have Kimberly here, so let's get her out of this plastic prison. Now, one thing about these containers is they tend to be fairly difficult to remove stuff, so let's get this fragile plastic effect out of here. Get her hand out. The other hand out. The weird part where I have to push her face out of here. That's always weird. Come on. Nice. Okay. Blade Blaster, which is very difficult to remove without damaging, so I'm going to be super careful. Come on. Please. Oh, thank God. Got it out of there. Arrow. Just gonna... It's flexible enough, so it's not that big a deal. Okay, get the bow out. Neat. Okay. Now it's time for the plastic birthing process. Oh, God, my legs are so stiff. Oh, you guys don't even know what it's like. Oh, I forgot there's... Forgot there's retainers. Oh, it was the same retainer all the way across. Oh, you guys don't even know what it's like to be trapped. Chucking. Yeah. That went way across the room. Okay, so let's scroll down here. Whatever. Did I scrape her? Yeah, I did. Oh well. Ooh, hey, your shoulder's kind of pinchy there, Kim. Okay, there we go. Alright, we gotta exercise the arms a little bit, get everybody loosened up. There we go. So, ooh, look at that. It's a nice swivel. It's a nice swivel involved there. That's cool. Alright. Well, that is a vibrant pink, and no lie. Okay, so let's look at her up close here. We got a nice head sculpt. Looks pretty good. Looks fairly accurate. Little green painted eyes. This is probably the best one I've picked up lately, which is ironic considering it's a first waiver. Silver paint on the face mask. A little bit of a nub down here. Black paint across the eyeballs. A slight scrape right there. Okay, what do we got? We got a ball with a disc hinge, so not a ton of movement in that neck, so just a tiny bit up and down, and she can turn. Okay. We got the butterfly joint there, which is cool, and she can cheerleader pose. It's fine. Disc hinge shoulders, rotation above the elbow, single jointed elbow, painted pink. Yeah. Nasty. So form is obviously all white plastic and then painted with pink, and then here it's just not happy. It is what it is. Hey, the back looks okay. So this is all painted over the pink plastic. Same thing up front. That looks pretty good. Should have just a normal ball joint. Yep. Yeah, look at the torso movement. And we got a belt. See, one thing that always bothered me about this figure, and one reason I kept passing her up, is the original pictures, the skirt was in a really strange place, like, and it seemingly, because I even bought this for someone else before, with, you know, when I didn't want this. The skirt was in such a strange place. I think it was like pulled down to here and just made the proportions all look wonky. I will say this knee has gone the way of a Bandai Power Ranger. That is 100% what happened, and now she's got bow-legged. Morpher is painted okay, but once again, they're usually a bit too small. Holster is here. What's really strange is these are all molded in pink and then painted. So the pink come through on the white, scraped here on the thing. So we got some rotation there at the hip, but the thigh, there we go. Should be able to rotate. She can do a decent Jean-Claude. Skirts in the way, as usual. Okay, chorus line, skirts in the way. It's one advantage Ranger Slayer doesn't have. She loses the skirt. And then bent double jointed knee. It's ugly, but it functions. Okay, so let's just see that is Super Bandai. Super Bandai. The things were legs should be kept straight in the thing. See, it looks like it should have calf rotation, and it does have all of them. Now, this is the first one I've noticed has calf rotation. Is she the only one? I don't know, compared to one of the boys here in a minute. Disc, hinge, ankle, like Bandai, but it is what it is. Speaking of which, I need to go fetch the Bandai Pink Ranger before I get too far into comparisons and such. Okay, so she does have the hand that is meant to 100% hold the bow, I guess. No, that doesn't make sense. She doesn't hold it with that hand. She's supposed to be holding the arrow with that hand. So why is that like that? See, that looks like that's specifically cut out for the bow, does it not? Yeah, but she's... Oh, they made her right-handed. Technically left-handed. Is that correct? That is definitely like... I don't know. Hold on. I have to go find the box. Give me a second. Okay, so no, she's supposed to hold this in her other hand. It's just, that's so strange looking that that's what it's meant to do. Now, the funny thing is the bow is definitely meant to go a single way, because only the one side is painted. And this handle is super thick. So compared to the Bow of Darkness, this is a super thick super thick. So this is meant for holding an arrow somehow. So we want arm out. Like it's an awkward hold, if I'm honest. So let's grab the normal arrow. Let me figure out how this is supposed to work. See, the weird thing is, like, this is being held so strangely. Nah. So even, like, this is not even close to the same hand that the Ranger Slayer uses to hold an arrow. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't even know if she's meant to technically hold anything in it. But if she is, like, I don't know how you're supposed to wedge it exactly. I guess that works between the two fingers. That's okay. And then we have the beam effect, which I don't know how that's supposed to stay. Well, because the clippies for holding weapons and stuff are on this side, so you would have complete exposure to those if you don't. So let's, I guess that'll work too. It's just super Katniss here. So there's that. I think she just doesn't do the bow as, oddly enough, as good as Ranger Slayer. So her evil self is slightly better at it. Okay, so let's just pull that out of her hands for the time being. And let's look at other accessories, such as her Blade Blaster, which, you know, is different compared to, or slightly different at least, compared to her fellow Rangers. Wait a second here. Because this is the one from the Red Ranger. See how that's painted white? This is painted silver. So it's like at this point, they weren't sure exactly what they were going to do with the rest of the line just yet, or some of the details, so to speak. I'll have him come back out here in a second. So we can put that here. I do wish they had given us all three forms of the Blade Blaster so you could determine which one you really wanted to use. So let's yoink her helmet off for the time being and put the Kimberly helmet or head on, and we will look at this. As a fan of Amy Jo Johnson, I can say that that's not the best likeness. Also, this is so early on, I don't know. Little earrings molded in, goofy smile, brown hair that might have a wash to it, kind of hard to tell. I mean, you know, it's close enough, I guess. I mean, it's not perfect. None of them have been really perfect. They've been decent, for sure. Oh, I didn't realize how pointed her toes are. Nice. She's got a little tiny hair. The irony being that I think she's probably the most proportionate one that we've gotten so far. Okay, and then last but not least, we have some karate chopping hands. At least one right hand. And then a fist. Whoa, hey, I just checked that. And a fist left hand. So let's bring in her alternate timeline self here. So Ranger Slayer, you can really see the difference in the helmet where all of that has really changed. Obviously, Bow of Darkness, same effect, and getting a little floppy here, if I'm honest. She's still a little bit rough, even in comparison here, but I love the way they did the hip things. Like the customizations to this costume are just so cool compared to the normal one. Oh, she's gonna get stuck. And then we'll bring in the Legacy version, which is like much taller and obviously very differently proportioned, and actually a very different pink. I believe this is a better looking pink. Let's just be honest here. So this is why I have two separate representations. It's just kind of crazy how much taller this one is. Also, now looking at it, you know, the way they did these old disc hinge shoulders that were totally exposed versus what Hasbro has done and molded them to look pretty clean. Also, gigantic morpher, at least on her, super skinny, like supermodel waist. More realistic person waist on this one. And then we'll bring in her supposed boyfriend, at least at the time. It seems like she and Jason had a thing temporarily before good old Tommy came along. Tommy. But yeah, he's a little bit taller, you know, than a 16-year-old girl. So that's good, I guess. Assuming they were 16 when they technically started. So that's pretty good. And for the first female representation that I've got so far, Ranger Slayer doesn't technically count. It's pretty good. So like I'm displaying these with their helmets off, stuff like that, with their power weapons. So there's that. Now what I want to see, these obviously can combine, so you can see the weapons happening here. Now, should I wait until I get Trini before I try to combine the weapons? I don't know when she's gonna come though. Oh, also I need to find Billy's extra weapons. I think are in here. Okay, so we're just gonna okay, so let's pull them back. So we have this guy here. Bring in the bow, which looks like it will fit right there. And Billy's bits. Plug in, back out here. I believe his were on the outside. Maybe his were on the inside and Trini's were on the outside. Let me look. I think it was like this. So yeah, you can totally create the power blaster. So you didn't, even though you kind of were stuck getting the Red Ranger Zeo Gold 2-pack originally to get it, you can make it happen for yourself. So there's that. So now just waiting on Trini, and I've got her on pre-order because there's no way I'm going to pick her up the normal way. I'm never going to find her. If I do find her randomly before, I'm going to do that. Plus I have another Zac coming, the normal Zac, not the gold Zac. But there you go. There's the Blade Blaster almost complete. So that's actually fairly awesome. I like that they did engineer it where you weren't sure before, and the Bandai ones never could do that. So let me know what you think about this pink old girl here. I think she is good considering she's wave 1. I expect that they will never do a cat, not in MMPR at least. They'll probably do her in Zeo if I had to guess, because the Zeo line is definitely coming out slowly, but it's coming. And I don't think we'll ever get an Aisha in this line, so I don't know. Where did Aisha bail out? I don't remember. Also, we don't have an Adam. We do have a Rocky in Zeo, so we'll see what happens. But guys, do the like thing, do the subscribe thing, so let's get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, because that would be awesome. And of course, you know, who's your favorite Power Ranger in the line so far? Let me know. And if you've read the Boom comics, which I'm using these as my representation of, also let me know what you think about those. But I'll catch you guys next time. Remember, as always, may the power be with you.